Hey guys and dolls, it is your favorite girl, Chris Styles. You know what I do and how I do it. And lately, I have been talking a lot about the 20th anniversary of the Peachtree Village International Film Festival, or as we love to call it, the
I
PVIFF.
F.
That's right, that's right. So,
Yes.
I talked to some of the finalists. I even had a conversation with the amazing Bill Duke and Carl Gilliard, who are
Awesome.
going to be participating. Well, Bill's going to be hosting the boot camp, the actors boot camp, and then Carl is one of the special guests. Had those
Yes.
conversations, but as we talk about the PVIFF, have you ever wondered where it came from? Why
Mm.
it came from? Who it came from? All that good stuff? Well, your prayers have been answered. I'm here with one of the founders, Mr. James, a JB, a Brown. Hit me.
Yeah.
What- I
It's
know you did that
Friday,
all
yo. It's
the
Friday. Yeah. It's Friday.
time. Yes, it's Friday.
Chris Tucker said it's Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, stop.
So,
Yeah.
welcome to my platform, the world of One Black Woman Entertainment. It's a pleasure to have you one on one so we can
Thank you.
talk about stuff.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Yay, yay, yay,
Thank
yay.
you for having
Of
us.
course, of course. I guess we should talk a little bit about your background before we delve into the why of the PVIFF. Is that cool?
That's fine. Sure.
You have got a lot of stuff going on, sir. I'm
Yes.
surprised you even have time to chit chat with little old me.
Nah, you're as big as I am. Humility with dignity. You're as big as I am. Nobody's bigger than the other.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for that.
Yep.
So, really, you have a lot of things going on. And what really caught me is when I was reading your bio, which you all can check out too on the PVIFF.com website. The word,
PVIFFATL.com.
oh, is it ATL? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good to know.
Hmm.
Correct me when I'm okay, not too much. No, not too many corrections, but but
All
that's
right.
why we're here. He is
Right.
correcting me. He is
Right.
checking me. He said, "Girl, if you don't get the facts factin." So, during the interview with, I believe it was Bill and Carl, I made
Hmm.
a comment about the founders of the PVIFF, and I mentioned Lynn, which was, you know, one of two, and then I said
Right.
Wayne, which is none of two. So I had to make sure I got it right because Carl and Bill corrected me and said, no, it's JB. It's JB, you know.
Yes, it
So
is I.
yes. And so I got a message that JB wanted to have a conversation with me to get it right. So I stand corrected, sir.
It's all good. So, well, the internet is amazing, and it's at the same time is dangerous because it's so fast. It's information, and people get the information, and sometimes, you get it wrong. Wayne is our friend, business partners with Lynn on many things, and he's brought many things to the film festival as well. But yeah, Lynn, and his ex-wife Nikki, we started this 20 years ago.
Okay, yes, hence the 20th anniversary.
And if you look around now, it's a gift and a curse. I think this internet stuff is a gift and a curse because I work a lot with kids, and I see a lot of access that they shouldn't have to
Mm,
things that they shouldn't be seeing too
exactly.
early. So that's that kind of curse part of it. But the gift is the speed, the ability to get things out to the masses around the world. As long as we're getting the right stuff out.
Yes, yes. So that was one of the things in his bio, but you are an executive producer. Uh you have worked in music. You have just go on. What tell us about JB.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I grew up humble with dignity, of course. My dad, great guy, great man. He passed early in my life when I was around 12.
Mm.
And then my mom, mother of five, school teacher in New York City. And, she just bust her butt to, keep everything going. And I always just watched her and how she moved. And she had some sense of spirit around her, some kind of intuition type vibe. So I was always checking it out. And then I just started noticing I was picking up this energies. I didn't know really what it was. I was young. But then I could tell when somebody was being on point and somebody wasn't. So I just kept going with that, and then later on she passed. Suddenly from an aneurysm. And I just had to go hard. I have four siblings. I had three little sisters that I had to watch go through some of the stuff. Sometimes you hear about the stories, the families and this and that, and how the kids have to go with this person, that person, and the money gets
Yeah.
moved around.
Mhm.
So I just started at an early age, helping kids because I kind of knew their story. And that's without some of the diagnoses, the mental health diagnosis, the behavioral health diagnosis. That's just life. That's just straight up life. So I just went through those levels in my life, those stages, and then I said, you know what, I want to continue helping kids. But my one of my loves was already my first love was always music. And then I just started recording and doing shows, and all of a sudden I was a recording artist, a national recording artist. Sugar Hill movie could what was it called? Sorry, the movie was called Sugar Hill by Wesley Snipes and Michael Wright. Those are the two main characters, two main stars. And then we did a soundtrack on that called Khadijah. I was 20th Century Fox, Zoo BMG at that time. My manager was a gentleman named Kadar Massenberg, and I had Daddy-O from Sonic. He was one of he's Kedar's brother, but he was one of our main producers as well. And along with Edman, actually produced that record. But it went on to be a hit. It was a video hit because before that, I worked at BET in '89 while I was in college at University of Maryland, College Park, Maryland.
What
And
were you doing at BET?
I was the assistant to associate producer Keith Paschal, and there was another producer there that took me under his wing. His name was Billy Woodruff. So, I had these two giants, and I had a whole bunch of beautiful women that helped me out along the way. Sunita Brooks, Danita Harris, people like that. And yeah, it was two shows, one Rap City and one Video Soul. I think that was the one with Donnie
Oh,
Simpson.
I
Yeah.
always wanted to be the female Donnie Simpson.
Oh yeah, Donnie was dope. Donnie was dope. So Keith Paschal took me under his wing with that. I did that for like 2.5, 3 years, and then mom passed, and I left college shortly after that and went back to New York and started working in video production. Then I got a record label deal.
Oh my goodness. So you've worked with BET, is it 20th Century Fox,
Def Jam.
Def
Yeah, I was
Jam?
the I was contracted with Def Jam for 9 years, from 1995 to 2004. I
Wow.
handled the territories of the state of North Carolina and Atlanta. And that pretty much, when I went on the Hard Knock Life tour, it was just like, yo, I'm in 54 cities in Canada, Toronto and Montreal, 54 cities in the States. And we had Jay-Z, we had DMX, we had, Dame Dash, we had, Memphis Bleak, we had Eve, we had Method Man, we had Redman. Yo, it was like,
Oh my gosh.
it was like, yo,
It was
yeah, it
a
was
party all the time.
54 cities. It was a party. It was a party. It was a learning experience too, though.
I bet. I
And
bet.
Russell Simmons, Kevin Lyles was the president at the time, and Russell Simmons was always good to me as well. So I just gotta shout out, Uncle Russ.
Oh, wow. And you're still very humble. A lot of
Oh,
people like to name drop and be like, yo, I did this with so and so.
nah,
Yeah,
ain't me. That ain't me.
that's
Yeah, that ain't
I'm
me.
I'm glad that ain't you because this
That
interview
ain't
is
me.
super short.
You
So
ain't lying. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. People be like, Google me. I be like, man, shut up. You corny.
oh wait, I say that sometimes.
Nah, stop playing. Oh Lord Jesus. That's all good. It's all good. And then we evolved. Had a record label called Uncut Records. I was the president of that at 24. And then at 25, I got to Def Jam, and then rolled on. And then I was trying to see what's next, with this music thing. And people would tell me, hey, next thing is film, next thing is television, next
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So I started, working alongside some people like I did some marketing because I was marketing with Def Jam. So everybody would think, hey, you get somebody with marketing with Def Jam, you might be able to get Ludacris. I worked with, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Ludacris as well. Ludacris, DTP, Disturbing the Peace, we worked together as well because Ludacris was sounding Def Jam South. So I was down in Atlanta a lot, with Ludacris and Jeff and Shaka and those guys. And then, after a while, I just start noticing that, hey, maybe I could, because I'm a composer. So I was like, hey, maybe I could composer slash producer. Maybe I could, start pulling some soundtracks together because I already did one in '93 with Sugar Hill movie with Wesley Snipes and Michael Wright.
Oh,
So
okay.
I said, you know what, let's go ahead and see if I can start doing this. And then I start working on some projects with Rainforest Films with Will Packer, Rob Hardy, Diane Ashford, Veronica Nichols, Greg Anderson, and others. And I don't know, Mr. Bernard Bronner. He was a part of that as well. And
Bronner Brothers.
yeah,
Bronner.
Bernard Bronner from Bronner Brothers. Yeah, Big B. Yeah, I call him, my brother, my big brother, Mr. B. He started working together with Rainforest, and I think Pandora's Box or something like that. I think Pandora's Box. I think I did. I want to say I executive produced that soundtrack for that movie. Great movie, by the way. Those guys really did their thing, and girls. And then it just kept evolving, and then start meeting people. And I met Lynn one day, and Lynn introduced herself to me and asked me if I was in the industry. Lynn Gibson, my partner, the other founder of PVIFF. And I was like, yeah, I'm in the industry. And then he was like, yeah, I'm trying to do something. And so he had this idea doing the film festival. And he asked me would I like to entertain his thoughts. And I said, yeah, let's talk. And we met up one day at my condo, which ironically, he lived in the same condo building as I did, but it was like a 4-block square. So if I was on one
Wow.
elevator, I would never, yeah, if I was on one elevator, I would never meet him. So
Yeah.
one day I got dropped off on his side of the condo, and we were going up the elevator about maybe a week or two before, when he met me at a club and asked me if I was in the industry. And I said,
Okay.
yeah. But then we were on this elevator together, and I had some Church's fried chicken. And his fiance at that time, Nikki, was on the elevator with us, and she was like, yo, what's up with that chicken? I was like,
Yeah.
it's mine, chicken. She from Nikki from Chicago, so her vibe is dope. She's like up, straight to it. And I laughed because I'm from the city too. I'm from Brooklyn. So I'm like, what? You ain't getting my chicken? And it was just so dope how it all happened. And then about maybe 24 hours later, he, came to the crib and we talked about it and said, okay, let's do it. And that's when we started Sweet Auburn International Film Festival on Auburn Avenue.
There it
Um,
is. Now, see, that was one of my questions. It's like I'm not asking questions because you giving all the business.
Word up. Yeah. 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 Real talk. Real
So,
talk.
but no, sweet. So, for those of you who didn't know, Peachtree Village International Film Festival wasn't always called that. It was the Sweet Auburn, and that
International.
is an
Yeah.
Atlanta thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Right
Yeah.
on Auburn Ave from Cortlandt Street at the library. We went, well, the festival, Sweet Auburn Festival, goes from Cortlandt Street all the way down to Dr. King's house. So we got kind of blessed and put in to this already amazing spring festival, and it had about 350,000 people. But we were the film festival component of it at the top at Cortland at the library, at the Auburn Avenue Library.
So, was a part of that because of all of the things that the festival brings. It mentions like music videos, concerts, and then, of course, I'm sorry, someone's alarm is going off, and I don't know how to silence that
It's
behind
okay. I
me.
can't hear it. It's okay.
But all of the things like that, was that some of the things that were incorporated because of the Sweet Auburn Festival, or is that something that was specifically brought in by the film festival?
I think it evolved. I think
Okay.
over time, we had some things going on. We were very new. So we had some things going on that we knew a film festival was supposed to do. And then all of a sudden, we start coming together with our mindsets like, hold up, and our past performances. Hey, hold up, we could add this, we could add that. So we ended up adding music, of course. And then it just grew because I'm a music guy.
Yeah.
Lynn loves music as well. And we added that, and then we started adding technology, and then it just kept growing and growing and evolving until now it's like it's philanthropic to us. It's a philanthropic effort,
Yeah.
just just having dinner with Louis Gossett Jr., and Clifton Powell, uh, hanging out with Ruby Dee. I'm not sure if people know who Ruby Dee is, but she's the mother of,
I
African
know.
American cinema. You know what I'm saying?
I
So just
know who Ruby D is.
yeah, holding her
Amazing.
hand. Mario Van Peebles, Bow Legged Lou, Full Force, Foursome D's, Kim Fields. Oh my God. D, that just passed away from what's
Right.
happening. It's so many people we've been. What's my man named Ty? What's my man named Ty? He was in Men's Society. He played opposite of Lorenz Tate. What's his Tyron Turner?
Okay.
Tyron Turner. Tyron Turner. Just and those are to name a few.
Right.
Just to
So,
have these people around us was just like amazing
would
through
you
the 20
say,
years.
yeah, 20 years? And then I was thinking with your
Tommy
background,
Ford, Tommy Ford, I gotta say Tommy.
Huh?
Tommy Ford. I gotta say Tommy Ford from Martin.
Tommy Ford. Yes, yes, the
Yeah,
late Tommy Ford.
yeah. Vivica
Yes,
Fox, Anthony
yes.
Anderson. Like I can go on and on and on. It's like it went so fast.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, so the relationships that you forged, that you developed when you were coming up, doing all the things through music and all the names that you had mentioned before, those I try to teach my children how important relationships are.
Right,
So my question is, because of the relationship that you built with them back then, because a lot of those names I know have come through the film festival over the
correct,
years.
correct.
And it's not as if, someone just out of the blue say, "Hey, we're doing this film festival in Atlanta. You think you can make it?" Yo, this is JB. What you got going on October, whatever, whatever, whatever. Love for you to come through or love for you to be a part of this. That's how it works because of your relationships, I'm guessing.
I would honestly say no.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was word of mouth from my team that Atlanta. See, Atlanta's already hot. Atlanta's been hot, so it
Yes.
was word of mouth from the team that there's something going on in Atlanta, and I'm not sure who said JB's down with this. I don't know if somebody said, "Yo, JB from this record or that record or Def Jam." I don't know. It just started happening from our collective works, and we just start pulling it together. I know for a fact one day um, Will Packer called me,
Uh-huh.
and Vivica Fox. We had just given Vivica Fox an award, and Notori Norton that same year. Marla Gibbs from the Jeffersons and Omari Hardwick was our ambassador that year. This was the year before Power. This is before Power came out. So
Oh,
Notori
gotcha.
Norton and Omari was there. So I
Right.
think I think Vivica called Anthony Anderson and told Anthony of this festival going on in Atlanta that he should be a part of. Will Packer hit me up on the back line and was like, "Yo, I heard the festival went dope. Vivica was happy, and she hit up Anthony Anderson, and then so it's like it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Gotcha.
It was organic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hmm.
It's so far reaching. So let's go back. You and Lynn. Lynn had this idea,
Idea, yeah,
and you all got together and you made it, basically what it is today.
yeah.
Um, at the time, what was the main focus going to be? Was it highlighting the screenwriters and the filmmakers and everything
Hmm.
across the country, around
Hmm.
the world, International Film Festival?
Hmm.
Was it, the highlighting the musicians in Atlanta? I mean, what at that point when you first started, what was the focus?
The focus was to bring a network together, create a networking environment, a place where people can come, actors, actresses, lawyers, producers, directors, writers. They can come and say, "Hey, I have this, you have that, financiers. We can bring this to the table, we can bring that to the table." That was always the first and foremost. It was to put together a web where everybody can pull off from what they needed, from whatever waypoint on their compass they were traveling. It's like, hey, let's put together this web and we can like have a network of people that we can lean on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's obviously grown over the last 19 years, and now here we are, 20th anniversary.
Correct.
What was your, throughout your journey, what's been the biggest challenge with this?
The biggest challenge was we were like always like the little train that could. So we didn't have certain resources that others may have had. So I believe in brand association, right? Coming
Okay.
from just being, yep, being 1,000 with you, coming from Def Jam, working with Def Jam for 9 years spoiled me. I ain't gonna lie, because we had the budget, we had the talent, we had the budget, we had the talent. It was easy to market Jay Z. It's easy to market DMX
Yeah.
because the radio is spinning it every day. So half of your marketing is done. Back in the days, it was radio, radio, radio. Now it's internet. But the challenge was resources, and still is to a certain extent. Like having the resources to take the brand to a certain level to make other brands at a certain level like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, whoever respect us and want to be a part of us, because you don't ever want to be the smartest person in the room. So when you get to that point, it's time to leave the room and find a higher level. So that's always been our challenge, has always been more and more and more and more resources, more and more and more and more brands that have these incredible names that we could piggyback on them.
Understood. Gotcha. Um, another question as you're talking about the branding and everything. We mentioned that it started off as the Sweet Auburn Film Festival,
International Film
International
Festival.
Film Festival.
Yeah, it was called Safe. Hmm.
Oh, safe. Okay.
Yep.
Safe
Hmm.
Auburn Film Festival. Where's the I? S
Sweet Auburn International I Film Festival.
right. So, okay. Never mind.
SAIF, Sweet Auburn International Film Festival.
Okay. Alrighty.
Safe.
So I know
Safe.
that was it last year that you all also, I guess because you moved it, it went to East Point, and so it was the Peach.
EPIFF.
Thank you with the
Yeah, East Point Internet.
EPIFF.
Yeah, East Point. Yeah, East Point Peachtree. Yeah, International Film Festival.
So
Yeah.
is that has that happened a lot throughout the years where because of the location you all changed the title, well, made a little adjustment to the name of the film festival?
Nope.
Oh, that was the first
That
time.
was the first time. Um, because East Point stepped in and they wanted to. They had some resources
Uh-huh.
and they wanted to do more for the city of East Point. So we said, okay, we'll rock with you guys and we'll give it a shot and see how it happens. And it was beautiful. It was totally beautiful. But sometimes resources matter. So, now we said, okay, cool. We did a great thing. We'll always come back to East Point. We love East Point. But we had to make a move back to just PVIFF for right now. I mean, you never know. One day we might do the Miami PVIFF, New York PVIFF, Los Angeles PVIFF. But we really enjoy East Point. The city of East Point was amazing to us, and they still are our supporter.
Thank you so much.
Big shout out to Chantel, Dora, Michael Jabba, Dora, Tim Whitley, Michael Jabba, Chantel. Yeah, big love, 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 much love. East
Love, love,
Point,
love.
big ups to East Point.
Thank you. Yeah, I was there last year. It was,
Oh, word, you had a good
yes,
time.
yes, I
You,
enjoyed
you,
myself.
but you ain't meet me though, right? Because you ain't really know who to.
We doing it. We
I ain't
doing.
gonna let you live it
I was
down.
just say we doing this again,
Nah,
sir.
nah, nah. Joking, joking. Okay.
No, one of the things I love. So, I've only been in Atlanta for 3 years, and
Okay.
so that first year that I covered the PVIFF, I thought it was like one of the most grandiose, so obviously film festivals that I had been to, and I was so excited. I did your red
Thank
carpet,
you.
I did the interviews, I did the screenings, I did, I was there for everything. I
Thank
was
you.
like all for it.
I'm
So I'm
glad you
really looking,
enjoyed it.
huh?
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did, which is when I think I spoke to you at the after party at the little restaurant that had the room in the back where Lamont Rucker and Javon were doing the
Okay.
acting
Yeah. Okay.
workshop.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I forgot the name of it, but I remember. Yeah.
right, I really like
Yeah.
it there. I wish I could remember too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I could look it up and find it for you.
I think that's when we chatted too. So,
Okay.
um,
Okay.
yeah. So now that we're here, and all of the people, like you were talking about the web, and we were talking about the actors, and the filmmakers, the screenwriters. I mean, just anybody in um, any area of creativity. Basically, this is a networking. This is
It's
all about networking.
all about networking, from
Everybody
music
can
to
find
film to
something.
technology, to whatever your traffic lawyer. You're gonna find everybody at this joint. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the vendors too.
Oh, my vendor's
I'm
amazing.
Yes, I mean, and one of the things that I'm from Ohio up north, so
Okay. Okay.
it's uh it's
What part
not
of Ohio? What part of Ohio?
Cincinnati,
Oh, okay. You from Natty. Okay.
from the nasty natty.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
from the Natty. Yeah, yeah. I got some people around that parts.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
what's up to the natty? But
Yeah.
yeah, we don't have as many black folks doing everything that the black folks down here in Atlanta are doing.
Makes sense.
And when I came to the festival and I saw like we were the majority,
Mm-hmm.
which I loved, the vendors, the things they were making,
Mm-hmm.
the oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. It was
Mm-hmm.
just, I was so filled that I was
Yeah.
just like, I don't even know where to start. What am I going to do first? Well, should I buy this? And then I'm going to support them and support them and support them. And then, oh, I'm going to get on the red carpet and interview these people and do this. I tell you,
I'm glad you had that experience. That makes us feel great. That makes me feel great. I'm glad you had that experience.
I really, really loved it. So if you all haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure that you go to the website. It's PVIFFATL, right? Dot
Yep.
com. And,
.com.
and get your tickets, figure out which day you want to go, or if you want to do the whole festival, that's amazing too. Find me on the red carpet. Um, but I think it's something that we all need to experience. So now that we are 20 years old,
Hmm.
what is the big hurrah, shebang, shaboom thing that's going to be happening this year?
To be honest with you, personally, I believe it's just still being here,
Mm,
stand the test of time.
yeah,
I think to me personally, that's our biggest testament. Like, still here
yeah.
and being that little train that some people thought we couldn't, and we did it.
Little train that
Yeah,
did.
yeah, we did it. So it's like, yo, we celebrating, another one, and we're celebrating this longevity that God has blessed us with,
Yeah,
and the legacy. So it's just about really, come on, hang out. It's our anniversary, like um, Tony would say, family reunion, like the OJs would say. It's us, we done a lot already. I mean, I don't
yeah.
know what I gotta do. Fly a balloon in with Denzel and Al Pacino hanging out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like Spike Lee and whatever, Robert De Niro and Angela Bassett. I mean, we done a lot already. So it's like, yo, what? Just come on and enjoy us and take in some knowledge, some networking, meet some great people, talk
Yeah.
about pitching your content, learning how to uh, be a better actor or actress with Mr. Bill Duke and Carl Geared at Bill Duke's acting boot camp. I mean, sit down and learn how to some more ways, some more tools on being casted. Like we have an awesome panel called Cast Me If You Can. Come to the award seminar, the award ceremony. It's a luncheon. Um, on I think that's Sunday the 19th at Villa Cristina Hyatt Hotel. A lot of stuff is happening at one location too. So that kind of centers it and makes you don't have to drive all the way around Atlanta when traffic, you could just come chill
That's
at the
fantastic.
so pretty much Atlanta is booming. Atlanta's amazing. Atlanta's awesome. So that's what kind of happened. Everybody went to Atlanta, and now they just got to maybe build some sky highways or something to get people around.
Woo!
But yeah, we're we're
It's
we're
something.
we're good. Yeah, we're cool, y'all. We're cool. And Chris, and I appreciate you and everything you do and help spread the word. And I
Thank you.
want you to come down and have a great time again. And
Yes.
red carpet, of course. Do whatever. Have a ball. Just chill.
That is my plan. That is definitely my plan. Now I don't know if you can say anything, but is there anyone that we can expect at the festival this year? Anyone, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I know for a fact.
I know you want to know who's coming to the festival, so make sure you check out part 2 of my interview with none other than the founder of PVIFF, J.B. Brown.